to you guys. Back at it with another live stream. This time we're doing a little differently some of the goings on that we normally do during these sessions. All right, really quick. I don't know why that almost didn't even come out. That's so weird. We're going to do a pick a pal message. I got 2 pals tonight. All right, got on here a little bit late, but you guys fault me not, because who knows what all tomorrow may bring, right? And I wanted to make sure I saw you, or that you saw me, and we saw each other in the ways that we normally do, all right? In the ways that feel good, you guys, okay? So that I can give you some clarity, because guess what, you guys? Not loving the current energies when I check on you, all right? Just saying, love and light, Spoonie. So we got to talk, okay, for whom all over this is for. And guess what? It's up to you to know. Utilize your intuition, okay? Pretty short and simple, I'm assuming, but I haven't gone and really received all aspects of each message from one pile to the next here. We've only got 2 piles. But to help you better hone in on which pile you might care the most about, okay, we've got pile number 1's balloon animal here. And this is our, I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's our flamingo. Maybe there's, it's giving flamingo when I look at it, all right? It's not the snake. There's another one. That's from this balloon animal oracle deck that your girl just made on the fly. All right, channeling, of course, okay. And pal number 2's balloon animal. Just let you soak it all in. All right. Pal number 1. Your card states maybe you're not exactly where you're going or where you want to be, but you should know the divine is not going to watch you be stuck in any mud forever. Do your part to make positive change and let the universe do the rest. All right. Yeah, flamingo, right? It's giving beach vibes, maybe Florida. All right. Could be a state of some significance. Doesn't have to be the case, you guys. And pile number 2's message, all right, on its card, maybe they don't understand you. They think your flash is too bright. You come across as weird to them. And they shy away from being around you. Let them. Your shine is actually radiant. Isn't that the truth? Okay? Whether guy, girl, what have you, whether canines are of some significance or not. And again, pretty short and sweet tonight, you guys. I'm going to give us some time to get some of our others on here, just to see what we see, who we see. And in the meantime, go on ahead with pile number 1. So I thank you guys for sticking it out. We are doing the free yes-nos tonight. So Spoonie, if anyone does ask, okay, because you're our moderator officially right now for the channel. It's you, babe. So if anyone should ask and I miss it because I'm doing other stuff, okay, we are doing the free yes-no tarot tonight, okay? 1 question only per live stream. And of course, you guys, you already know, I'm sure, you got to follow the rules, okay? Please and thank you. So pile number 1's message, okay, really is connecting to the goddess Persephone, okay? And her message is one of inexperience, all right, being the subject matter. And I will definitely 1010% get that message for you. But the way I was guided by Spirit to do tonight's session, we're just going to kind of like scoot her past, or scoot her to the side for a second. Not that she's not super important and a major part of the message, okay? It is a goddess message here for your oracle message tonight. We're pulling both oracle and tarot, but I'm utilizing the tarot different. Oh, thank you, Spoonie. Yay, good job. That's awesome. All right. So, in current energies, and this is why I go back to, ooh, hate this for you guys, whom all ever it is, right? I get it, no judgment, only love and light, but I want your crown straight and shiny. You know, you deserve that, okay? We've got this energy of feeling overwhelmed, maybe even overworked, okay, and underpaid. Hate that. I know it all too well. You know, we're all actively climbing out of some aspect of that. Perhaps you might want to aptly state, okay? But we're not hyper-focusing there, you guys, because remember, you hyper-focus, you're, you know, think of other times that the word hyper is used, right? Children come to mind. You want to start and activating everything? No, you want to You want to intentionally focus on whatever you're hyper activating or hyper focusing on, right? Or hyper manifesting, you might even say. Okay, you got to watch what you're thinking, what you're saying. Okay, thoughts become words, and words damn sure become things. Okay, I'm hearing to say, especially if you write them down on paper. If you know, you know. Okay, but anyhow, I gotta start writing some shit my damn self. Okay. Um, but overwhelmed, okay, in financial setback energy, hate that, ick, yuck, okay. And this is leading you to, instead of going, uh-oh, let's fix our focus here, it's leading you to become bitter and you know, should I say resentful? Maybe impatient, perhaps? Love and light, Wendy. It's tearing your inner child up a bit here. We don't need no spankings for the inner child ever again, to be clear. You know, sorry you were raised like that. I get it too. You know, raise your hand if you know. Okay? Right. But we're in charge now, okay? So there should be no spankings for us, okay? I'm literally talking about in the proverbial sense here. And again, your inner child, who is usually to be a very wholesome energy and nothing tawdry. Okay, so to be clear, there's something about focus. I don't know if somebody's like swimming around in the mental space right now all over the place, but it's almost like I heard somebody go you know, over that one, and it's like, wow, really? Because we've got life to create, and it ain't about just that stuff either. And I definitely love to laugh, so I'm not saying never that, okay? But to be clear, this crown, somebody, okay, somewhere that somebody's rocking, damn sure needs straightened, okay? And that's what we're talking about, because you can't be walking around going, shit's not working, so now on top of that, I hate myself. You're not going to go anywhere great, and gosh, I'd hate to see where you end up doing that stuff, saying that stuff, and acting that way towards yourselves, all right? This is going to lead to instability, and you already know about that. That's why you're disgruntled, remember, okay? But don't give up, all right? Do not give up. Long story short, you guys, regardless of whether or not you resonate with pound number 1 or 2 tonight, okay, that's the general sentiment. It's like, don't freaking give up. It gets great. I could just end the session right now, right? Love and light, I have a skill, okay? So, I mean, you know, watch what you're holding on to. Is it the fuck shit, or is it the freedom, perhaps? There's this heavy theme about, hey, do you realize you're free right now? Do you realize you are free right now? Do you realize you have freedom right now? You've got freedom to utilize your mind. Some people don't. Literally, some people don't, okay? Are you grateful for that now that we've remembered the obvious? Should you be grateful? Yeah, okay? Because ignorance, they say, is bliss, but that too is a tricky slope, right? Imagine all the things that you definitely need to know or want to know so that you perform out proper forms of preventative maintenance and aspects of protecting self and others, right? You know, it's not a blissful mark to say, I just definitely never want to know anything so I can have the best life. That ain't it. All right. Uh, if you're talking about gifts and donations, you guys, you can definitely check the description box. I am not in a position to turn on any gifts for the chat because of the monetization aspect of the channel not being a thing currently. So if you'd like to tip and donate, all right, dig in that description box. I don't mind. Please and thank you. Okay, love and light, Zanisha. Well, hope you are as well. All right, you guys, come in, get comfy, sit for a spell, as it were, right? But we're really talking about brighter days up ahead. It's giving, it's assured by divine forces. So now if God, as it were, Goddess, universe, who else could we say? Holy Spirit, the divine, yeah, are telling us, okay, after having people make cards about the same subject matters, which really, when you dumb it down, are talking success, the very thing you're disgruntled over not having. Hold on, because I have to say this slow enough for me to get it to you guys. Hold on, right? If the divine is saying perhaps like 1010% opposite of what we are seeing, feeling, experiencing, digging through, climbing out of. Okay. You know, you have a choice to believe. You could believe the reality as you know it, right? Oh, bank account, right? Oh, so-and-so is just not acting right. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, the job sucks. Oh, okay. What are you focusing on? What are you hyper activating? Because divine can come through with the truthiest truth. You know, haven't you been there before? You came through with the come through for somebody you know and love. Just come on, man, I'm gonna drop this free game on you. Right? I got these golden nuggets, these gems. I got the fucking keys to the Akashic records. And here's what you should know, and next steps, and you know, man, isn't that empowering and great? And it just was rejected. You were damn near shunned. How dare you tell me the truthiest of truths? You are now my enemy, you know? So people got free will. Us too, okay? Now, I'd advise against using your free will slovenly. And what I mean by that word is lazily, right? Don't half-ass this shit. Oh, you want to manifest so hard and fast when it comes to the absolute love of your life, right? But then when it comes to getting that deeper knowledge that allows you to maintain that best life, that soft era, you go, not as passionate as the heartthrob, you know, trying to keep up with that aspect of life. Well, this life is far more spiritual than you may realize. So if you think that you're going to X out the spiritual, or dare I say energetic aspect of this thing called life and still have the love of your life in it, it's not a thing. Okay? Because you would be outside of balance. And the divine's not going to, just like we talked about, the divine's not going to watch you guys sit around, stay around, lay around, and be stuck in any mud forever. All right, same deal there. The divine's going to come in and say, oh, you did, okay, you didn't want to shit nor get off the pot. Oh, you want to ride the fence, mofo? Okay, here we go. You're going to learn the harder way. You're going to get another opportunity to learn and grow. There's really no avoiding it when you see it that way, for the truth of the matter, right? But again, the truth is like crazy great, because the whole time the truth is the divine going, hey, don't you dare give up, right? Your story ain't over yet, as they say. Don't you dare give up. Can't say it enough. Instability will not last as your foundation unless you believe it to be the case, and or do or do not do the things that you should and or should not do in order to make sure that the path is the highest vibrational outcome. Okay, now if you half-ass it, probably going to be evidence about that, just like anything else, you guys. If you half-ass trying to learn the shit that you need to learn for a test, it's going to show in the test score. If you half-ass your serious nature about yourself, you're going to find a lot of people around you who don't necessarily give a fuck about you. And if they do, they can't care about you as much as the people that would in a timeline where you fuck with yourself so much that you protect yourself from people that you're probably sitting next to now. Okay? There's differences in the way that you live on the other side of differences in choices that one makes. Okay? And we're all prey and privy to that, okay? Whether we understand it 1010% or not. That's what it is. And that's what this thing called life really is about, understanding, you know? Going with that flow and keeping your peace about you. You're not where you're going. How is that a bad day? You know, some people might describe a bad day as, you know, skipping out on the journey and going from zero to hero and just getting right to where they're intending to go. It's like, you might be like shell shocked there. Like, oh my God, did I just go from zero to hero? You might spend the first 3 days of that transitional period from literally zero to hero, like literally like point A to you're all the way done. And you might regret that you didn't walk a little slower, that you didn't learn a little more, right? And how would you know how you would react to that until you were in the thick of it? You don't know all things, right? Until you know. Somebody can ask you a million questions and you can say, well, I try my best to answer the way that I believe in my current state, my current energy, my current awareness, right? But how many of us, gosh, I've got a song, you can check it out in the description box below, right? On Spotify right now, called Put It in the Bag. I would never again write those same lyrics. Never again. Because I have grown since that time and I'm more mature. I understand, like, you know, you don't lay claim to owning anyone. They can literally be you know, a fragmented aspect of your soul in another vessel, and you still don't walk around as if you own them. That wouldn't be loving, right? But how many of us were taught, like, man, if somebody actually really loves you, you know what, they kind of wear the pants and they try to, you know, they chase you down, and you know, and really what you're describing in those moments is like forms of toxicity that nobody checked anyone else around you on, to the point where you learned it was okay, you learned it was love, and it's not. Okay. Love, if anything, aside from a frequency, is a choice. It's not even an emotion, you guys. I'm so serious. It's a frequency and a choice. And many people, even aside from those aspects of truth of the matter, still view love as a service. I love them because they do these things for me. Okay, so when they can't because the car accident came through with the come through on the timeline, is the love still there? Because their same functionality and their servitude towards you and the family ain't. Now what? Right? You guys have to really take what you're doing, all right, in the sense of going with the flow, but also understanding what it is, right? Make sure your expectations align with the situation, whether it is a connection, whether it is some form of employment, okay? What all ever you're looking to get out of this instability energy, all right? Because this is a general collective message, even though it's pile number 1, all right? Same deal with pile number 2, heads up, right? So some of you are cultivating businesses, all right? Others are just trying to carve out a different path. Maybe you're just trying to make different choices just from one moment to the next to lead up to some of those, you know, bigger milestone journeys, perhaps. Okay, we're all somewhere on the journey. So no tea, no shade. Only love and light, I promise, no judgment. Okay, but it ends well as long as you keep going. Now, if you give up and you say, you know, I refuse to continue on, if you just continue on with the disgruntled energy, you're just going to end up sick, honey. And I'm not trying to word curse anyone. It's just I've seen it time and time again. You know how many people that are angry and stay angry, and then on top of it, they drink alcohol, get cancer? Just saying, right? And usually you would think alcohol, you think some sort of liver problem. Not always the case. The body has many ways to tell us, hey, you're pissed. Again, free will choice to check in to see what all the body is saying. I'm not saying it's always pretty. I could never. Look what I'm climbing out of, right? Like, what are you talking about, right? But still, I'm here giving the message like, yeah, you got this, go baby. Whether guy, girl, what have you. Like, we're doing this together, right? Right. Because either we are, and you're making that choice, or we're not. And I can't help you because I'm not here to assist anyone saving themselves that doesn't want to. Does that make sense? Like, it can't work that way. And even if it could, that wouldn't be so loving of me. You know, it's one thing if you're telling me, oh, I really want the help, and I really do want to, do step A and then move to step B, right? Okay, cool. I'm going to cheerlead you through that, right? Don't lie about it. Don't lie to yourself and others about that, because it's going to show, right? Just like that half-assedness, it's going to show. Just like that lack of consistency, it's going to show. That lack of discipline, it's going to show. And it takes all of that to not give up. Oh, shit. Pile number 1. Hey, potato. Love the mic. Oh, pile number 1. Let's get to your goddess message from Persephone. All right, talking about this inexperience. Look how she even almost looks disgruntled right along with your ass, right? Like, whoa, we gotta fix it. Hold on, Persephone. What? What say you? Okay. I have no idea what this says. So here we go. Ooh, empowerment message. I always stand for. So here we go. Sometimes not knowing is a great gift. Right now, the Greek goddess Persephone invites you into a state of open-hearted learning. Discernment comes with experience, and at this moment, it's okay to admit you don't know or fully understand what is in front of you. Be curious and teachable. The goddess Persephone will be with you to ensure you will not fall prey to unconscious commitments. Ooh, that's a good one. And oh, excuse me, and dangerous alliances. Somebody might have some chills. Some people around you that don't want you to get this message. Okay, so you should just perk your ears up, everybody, right? Um, So let me just reread this really quick. The goddess Persephone will be with you to ensure you will not fall prey to unconscious commitments and dangerous alliances, just as her own naivety caused her to strike a terrible deal with the god of the underworld. That said, every experience has value. I guess that's why she looked like she had lemon juice here in this. I'm playing catch up myself. No matter what choice you make right now, collective, the consequences will have a lasting effect as you integrate your lessons and travel the road of destiny. What did I just channel for you guys? Just saying, consequences, after effects on the other side of choices made. How you make choices determines how great or not so great your path. Not always, but generally when we're talking about ourselves doing our part, okay? There is such a thing as spiritual warfare and attacks and things like that. And even then, as long as you're doing your part, your guides got you. You need not even lift a finger or bippity boppity. You can just not even wait. You could just live your best life. That's the best way, okay? Because you guys, if you're sitting around waiting for somebody to get their karma, damn, you're pretty attached, huh? Might as well just go ahead and be friends with the karmics. You're literally sitting holding your breath. Oh, how about now, spirit? Is it gonna, with the karma? Get a life, right? Like, that's how you know, oh, get a life. Oh, heal. Oh, that ain't it. Because you're swooping down with the fuck shit. Talking about, can I see? No. Get out of there. Energetically, vibrationally, timeline, physically, of course. That was a no-brainer, I thought, right? Just saying, you guys. Don't half-ass it. Alignment message. The goddess Persephone was forced to pay a high price as restitution for what she thought were innocent actions. Today, she is a wiser goddess and is encouraging you to stop what you are doing and pay attention to the red flags. I can tell you one, all right, red flag on the play is basically the disgruntled energy turning towards yourselves. From self to self, so you just fighting you now because everything else is shit. That's not conducive to growth or like getting out of the vibe that already ain't it. Getting out of the lack that already ain't it. Okay? Don't take a bite of the forbidden fruit unless you're willing to pay the price. Really, that forbidden fruit is, for me, giving negative thoughts. Feeding that negative wolf energy that we were always talking about, connecting to that Chinese proverb, okay? The alignment task offered to you by Persephone is simple. If you feel unsure in any way about what is being offered to you, step back and ask, do I have enough knowledge and strength to explore this without attachment to what lies ahead? Oh, keywords without attachment to what lies ahead, because you know, how many of y'all had a tarot reading, you're like, yeah, this is going to be good, and it was everything you didn't think it was going to be. You know, you still have to sit there and take that in, like, oh, this, right? And even then you have the choice, do I accept this as truth or do I just reject this? Right? So you got to be in a mind frame about yourself. I'm really talking to somebody who's really actively fighting themselves right now. So I mean, like, you really can't half-ass this because you're already projecting towards you as if you're your own bully. And I don't know if that's because that's part and parcel of your comfort zone energy, which is so shitty and so sad. But it happens to a lot of ABUSC survivors, and there's, God, I am still learning about more types of abusers, like somatic abuser I just learned about the other day, and I thought, oh, that is very clarifying. You know, there's many types of ABUSE out there, and ABUSERS, okay, quite unfortunately, right? But at the same time, you know, you're looking at things, you guys, you're going within because you are garnering the cheat codes, the experience, dare I say, and the knowledge to never again get stuck in that mud. There's that term again, right? To never again fall for the bait, right? To never again find yourselves in some of those precarious positions, even and energetically, mentally, physically, relationally, and business also comes to mind for pawn number one. All right. Um, and if the answer is yes, jump in. If the answer is no, to, you know, do I have enough knowledge and strength? Consider the wisdom of waiting. That's a good one. For this is something better, excuse me, for this or something better now manifests for you in divine timing. Don't fall for the seduction. It won't be worth the price. And really what I get chills on this, for the seduction in this context here, I mean, oracle cards can be quite limiting, but the seduction of, you know, just wanting to like spew forth that energy towards self and others, just wanting to get that release where, no, fucking fuck, you know, it's like, okay, hasn't that like already been done like a million times, and still, though you know it well, isn't really when you kind of like focus long enough and maybe unemotionally long enough, to see how it doesn't really help. Okay, maybe it gives you 4 seconds of relief. But we're at this thing for life where we just hold on to our peace and it's not rocked, right? And you just walk around smiling or just calmly breathing as you deserve, okay? Instead of for the 4 seconds, because that's how you programmed yourself to live, right? That'd be like saying to, you know, like not to be like triggering, but like that'd be like saying to somebody who like has a, you know, drug and alcohol problem. It's like, oh, well, you know, I taught myself to drug and drink these ways for these things. And like everybody's supposed to be like, oh, okay, good on you. I guess, you know, it's working. No, right? Like once you realize, uh-oh, this is toxicity. And also on top of it, it's a form of toxicity that I can make changes about. It's kind of given, that's on you if you don't. And everyone will know, just like everyone can tell if everyone's half-assing, right? You know, it's kind of giving like, you know, I guess I'm just thinking of my journey here. It's like that freaking doctor, I can picture him, I can't remember his name, but he's like the doctor for like the very heavy set people on television often, right? Oh my god, I cannot remember his name. You know, it's like, you know, somebody goes in and they're like, I only had, you know, 1 chicken and 3 potatoes. You know, it's like, you know, okay, so after 3 weeks and you've gained 7 pounds, you're telling me that you've been reducing the amount of food you're it's not going to add up, right? Because it'd be a lie. Okay? Other night, that damn OJ. So don't lie to yourselves, you guys, because you're hurting yourselves when you do that. And you know, you shouldn't be lying to anyone else. All right, because when you lie to other people, you know, for the general generic sense, I get it. There are some extenuating circumstances, perhaps. There's always an exception to pretty much every rule, right? So don't come for me. I get it, right? But generally, okay, when you are lying to somebody, you are actively disrespecting them, and maybe even simultaneously yourselves. You are, you know, just assuming that the other person perhaps is ignorant, unworthy of the truth, you know. And I'm not saying tell everybody, you know, all of your bedtime stories and all of your deepest emotions, and you get where I'm coming from. Nobody goes, oh my gosh, this is like my, um, you know, super loved one, whether you call them, you know, mommy, or you call them, you know, your best friend, or you call them your husband or not, right? And immediately goes, let's lie to them, because like, does that make sense? Like, oh my god, this is the greatest, oh my god, here he comes, the love of my life. And then like my next step would what naturally be to like lie to him. Why would I? It's not giving that's respectful, adding up, making sense, or even pleasurable. But yet there are many liars out there. Go figure. Okay. All I'm saying is you have free choice to make the choice about how you lie, if you lie, when you lie, and to who you lie. And I hope you guys are making the ultimate, highest vibrational, unemotional choices. Okay, preferable to that, because things like that will catch up to you, you know? And just like Persephone, you know, made a, in her own free will choice, a haughty decision that really, you know, kind of got her looking like she got the lemonade without the juice and the sugar. Like, damn, was it just a peel, girl, right? So, you know, it's best once you realize, toxicity, imbalance, all right, to be patient with yourself, okay? But continue to process through what makes sense for you. Continue to believe. And like the book said, like Persephone said, if you don't know, if you have all the information, and you know you've done your part to have the information that you feel would clarify the situation, then you gotta wait and trust in divine timing. But be grateful. Don't just wait. Don't just put the pressure on God, goddess, as it were. Talking about, how about now, God? Did you get? Because you know I could really use the $23, and just get grateful, right? And I get it. I'm training myself too, like to this day, okay? Like on many things, right? Husband comes to mind. It's like I'm like, oh no, I'm grateful for him instead of asking where the hell is he, right? You know, we've all got our something. But don't you dare give up, okay? And that's what I have for pile number 1, you guys. So I'm going to ring the bell for our freebies. Ooh, apple juice and lemons. I feel like that would spike the blood sugar a lot. I gotta watch, you guys. I'm still like... I'm over here trying to like regulate the elderberry syrup. Like, don't you do... don't OD on that shit. Because I'll be the one like... elderberries. It's so bad. Oh, and you know what, you guys? For pile number 1, the bookmark. All right. Who is this, though? Danu. Assurance. Okay, so as long as you don't give up, this shit is assured. Whatever you're looking for, you know, even just in the literal sense of getting out of this instability, right? It's assured unto you unless you fuck around and don't fuck around to find out. Does that make sense? Oh, geez, I don't know. Okay, wait, let me see. Oh, you have open mic? That's fun. Alright, I'm seeing victory for you, Spoonie. Okay, we got a yes with victory, and we got a yes with the Knight of Wands. Alright, babe? It looks like it's going to be easier than you think. Okay? So don't make it problematic, okay? Like in your mind, before you even get through that. Just... It could be, just could be a slight test, if that makes sense. Right, but you got this. No, it will not be a problem. Wait, hold on. What did you ask me? Oh, let me ask again because I wasn't clear. Hold on 1 second. Because, yeah, it was 2 yeses, right? And I'm thinking it was a good yes. Ooh, it's still giving yes. All right. And then this fell out with it. So now I see what you're saying. My bad. I was the one unclear. Spirit was clear the whole time. Nah, that tracks. Spirit, right? Sorry about that. Ooh, sun lemonade sounds fun. My lemonade basically lately has just been like water, cayenne, turmeric, ginger, and of course the organic lemon juice. Organic, you guys. All right. Yeah, sorry to hear that. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I got. Oh, it will be super fun, Potato, if you take your girl. Let me stop. I tried. Let me see. We got victory coming out like left and right tonight. So yay! Look at you having a blast up in Mexico. Andale. I love it. I love it. Wait. I think as long as you get the message out, Spoonie, it's okay if the presentation isn't like, you know, it's not. I don't want to say that. It's okay if the presentation is a little raw, especially because of the subject matter, if that makes sense. I wish I could go. I'll be there in spirit, Spoonie. But you know what, you guys? No matter what you do, right? Make it fun. Make it an experience that you, when you look back, are grateful for. And it doesn't have to be about necessarily the end game goal or, you know, hitting the mark in some of the tasks that you wanted for some of those experiences. Again, it's about the experience. Sometimes you guys, you can go like, let's say you want to go and win a contest. And you go and you don't win a contest, but man, you meet like 5 other individuals who feel like family. I figure there's no contest to that win. Does that make sense? But some people will really get their panties and boxers bunched up, but I didn't win the, but I wanted everything. You're not supposed to have everything, because remember all the hell you already lived through? You'd have even more. Could you imagine? Who wants to now raise their hand to sign up for everything? Free will choice there too, but I'd advise against it. You're welcome, Spoonie. Books take a lot of marketing, so it's not even about just the book. That's a whole thing. Ay, ay, ay. In a perfect world, me and my marketing team would soar, and we just have all these legacy wealth building things. Alright, you guys, so we'll get into pile number 2. No worries, no worries. Alright, let's see. So pile number 2 was this shiny little guy. It does feel masculine. I don't know why. Maybe it's the blue. I don't know why though, because there's pink and blue. So just take what resonates. There's purple. I see green. Any other colors, you guys? Let's see. Maybe a bit of, I see a couple pinks and reds in there. That's kind of fun to look at, right, you guys? Let me stop. I'm being silly. Okay. But they're cutie though. I love the book. All right. So the card for pile number 2, again, collective, general collective message, right? Take what fits, okay? Maybe they don't understand you. I feel like we can all resonate with this one. Said maybe. Maybe they don't understand you. They think your flash is too bright. You come across as weird to them, and they shy away from being around you. Let them. Your shine is actually radiant. It's effervescent, okay? I'm hearing shine, shine, doom, doom, doo, doo, doo. I don't know what that is. Shine, shine, doom, 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 doo, doo, doo. I don't know what. All right, anyways. Parvati is coming through with devotion. Ooh, I like that veiled eye energy kind of thing. Like, that's pretty. I want to get some headdresses and things. Be all ornate and feminine and stuff. I zhuzhed it up a little bit tonight, and then and then dead ass, I was like, oh, we're doing okay. So we're tapping into goddess energy. I was like, thank goodness I dressed appropriately. It's funny because I had consulted this deck earlier, you guys, just personally, and I was like, oh, thank you, entire universe, right? And then it's like, well, of course, I'm going to be, like, actually consulting for the collective if the previous message resonated for me. I'm like, oh, yeah, that tracks. So Don't mind me, guys. I am doing my own programming here called Go With The Flow as well. Okay. We're doing big things together. I'd like to say it that way, right? But pile number 2, I get it. You're an oddball. You don't fit in. You know, even with this Parvati, it's like, is she fitting in? No, but she's also looking amazing, right? Maybe some of you, like, look amazing. Said maybe. Whether guy, girl, what have you, and that's why you're standing out. Damn, the shine is giving a glare. Maybe that's why you're standing out. And so maybe, you know, there's a little bit of perception tweak necessary on your part, collective. Ooh, just throwing it out there, food for thought. All right, it's not always everybody else. Okay, it's everybody else a lot, I know, but just go with this. Okay, it's called shadow work. We're doing it. Okay, because you can't be walking around with your feelings hurt or even giving a fuck about what anyone else is really thinking, feeling, or saying about you, if that makes sense. It's like, oh, they don't like me. Okay, thank you. Because then I don't have to give you any of my goodies. Like, I don't have to share with you. Like, we're good. You know? And it's always their loss. Always. Like, on the other side of that, when you get to say, like, I'm not sharing my, like, karmic protection, I'm not sharing my divine knowledge with you, right? I am not sharing my time. I am not sharing my bread, right? And then they get to say what? Like, well, I'm not sharing my stank attitude. I'm not sharing my ungrateful. Like, get out of here. What? Thank you, next. Okay. So we're going to take a look at the book, of course. But man, let me reposition the spread here because I could not put it back in regular course without... Sometimes I need, like, place markers or something to make sure I understand exactly how I receive the message. That's what's going on. Bear with. Because there was a lot more cards came out from the tarot aspect of your reading, pile number 2. Whomever is going to resonate with this, okay? I feel like it might be a lot of us, and maybe that's why a lot more came out. One moment. Hydrate. I'm hearing the name Derek. Alright, so pile number 2, okay? You know, current energies, it's giving no bueno. Alright, maybe there's some significance. Oh yeah, we were just talking about Mexico. Maybe somebody is of Spanish descent here. Or lives in, you know, Spanish region. The 5 of Pentacles, also no bueno, you guys. You feel like you've missed out on opportunities to make money as well as friends, connections, okay? And Spirit is saying, basically, you know, you guys might want to cleanse, right? I know I just took some water, but geez, that water was not carbonated. And I'm just like burping left and right here, okay? TMI, I know, but it's also something spiritual, so I'm mentioning it for those that know, okay? But you guys, even with this heartbreak energy, it literally is clearing the ground for the new, okay? So remember how, like, hey, don't give up. I mean, there is a little bit of fight here in this, you know, Knight of Swords, talking about bravery, courage in conflict, and sudden action, right? It's almost giving a sidecar of risk or full card behavior, right? And the end game, the end goal is that stability, is that milestone, is that bag, all right? So Divine saying, look, you can't go just by your feelings and by the feelings of others, or thoughts and feelings of others that don't benefit you. And so how you can tell if people, places, things, thoughts, and feelings are benefiting you is your mental space. How are you feeling? You feel grounded? Or you feel like you can't go on? Can you live another day? Right? You know, or are you so overwhelmed to the point you don't know which way is up? Now, I've got the Devil card energy coming out here, and I really couldn't get around the self-imposed. Okay, so your mental space belongs to you, no one else, to be clear. maybe that should be an affirmation, okay? Just to kind of get you grounded in your mental space, claiming it like it's mine. I use it. My mental space is powerful. You know how many people walk around going, I'm crazy, I'm mentally sick, I'm mentally ill. And they, ha, and their friends go, ha, and they, groups of them talking about their mental illness, their lack of mental health. Try doing the opposite, okay? For 30 days and see how you change your life for 30 years. I mean, I'm just so serious, okay? I'm not lying. You should fuck around and find out, especially if you don't believe me. Just saying. Study to show yourselves approved, okay? I learned that and all about that life in the religious sect communities that I had worshipped, learned, and served under, okay? If they're doing it there, it definitely damn sure makes to do that same type of sentiment in the spiritual community. Why? Because this whole entire life is far more spiritual. You know, a lot of religious communities might not be aware of that aspect to the level and degree that I'm mentioning it, but I digress, okay? It just is what it is. And so you can take a hold of the reins here, and you can tell the devil to go fuck himself, okay? Not in the sense of, bringing Lucifer into this, but in the sense of whatever fears, whatever egoic distortions. It's like, nah, you tried that last time, we're done. Access denied. Oh, I've done it again. This is not an opportunity once you've identified, fell prey to that situation, emotion, or thought again, to then project like we talked about pile number one. So pile number one, if you're still here, listen up, okay? It's not an opportunity or even a licensure to project onto you and to make shit even worse. Talking about, God damn it, you always do that. Like, okay, so you're prophesying that you always have this issue in the mental space. Again, what did we just say about the mental illness? Don't speak over it like it's your bestie. Okay? Speak over it like it's all is well there. Okay? And I'm not a doctor, I'm not diagnosing anyone, I'm not telling anyone any medical or legal advice, to be clear. But the message stands. And so does your justice, okay? As long as you let them do whatever they're going to do to separate themselves from you. It's very important that you do so, because if you wouldn't allow for that, if you wouldn't surrender to that call and allow for those motherfuckers to walk away, then you're signing up to be in this energy on top of being your own worst enemy here, okay? You'd be signing up to allow whatever the karmics want to do, and so it would be, again, your agreeance. Do you want that? Because nobody on the good side of karma, inclusive of your spiritual guidance team, wants that for you. You're still here, same deal for your higher selves, okay? So now, what do you get if you stay the course? Well, if you stay the course at this, all right, putting your best foot forward, trying again. And I say it that way all the time, you guys, because I don't want anyone here, all right, to think that, okay, well, Cynetha Jade, well, love just did it once. Like, what the, like, let me know then, because if you're doing some of this one time, once over, and then you're just all healed up, then you need to be teaching a master class, and I need to register my seat. Okay? Just saying, you guys, right? So don't get exasperated at yourselves because you can't do one and done on this. Make sense? All right? And that's okay too. Again, it's kind of going back to that sentiment of, if it wasn't okay, then you'd be living out that sort of like dynamic or timeline issue, I'd like to say, with the person that went zero to hero and skipped out or skimped out on. This is kind of giving click. Adam Sandler might be of some significance. Maybe somebody's name is Adam here. We've now got Derek and now Adam. Okay. Heavy masculine energy connecting to pile number 2. It's interesting, but take what resonates here, regardless of whether guy, girl, have you, okay? But what you'd be missing out on if you kind of fall prey to this fuck shit energy trying to hold you back or asking you to continue to hold yourselves back, you'd be giving up on whatever you've been putting your hands to, okay, whatever is part and parcel of this disgruntled energy, because it's not working out, not big enough yet, never going to be done, etc. Fill in the negative stinking thinking there. All right. Which leads to, you know, eight of pentacles is pretty sturdy, right? But leads to 10 of pentacles. Oh my gosh. Let me fuck around and find out I can have money and happiness. Money and happiness are part and parcel of your energy. Like, you really need to affirm that. Like, the energy of money is addicted to my essence, to my existence, to my path, to my, you know, bank accounts, to, you know, whatever and whatever you're looking for that to be attached to. Tell it like it is, okay? I didn't say wait till you see it and you can produce all of the receipts. This life is far more spiritual. Y'all got spiritual receipts that never should be coming into actual printed paper form in the lower dimensions. Just saying. Okay, if that were the case, we'd be checking our fucking twin flame contract right now. We'd be checking our birth charts right now for, you know, certain things beyond what we know we can currently. Just saying. And there's a level and measure of protection to that too. Just like if you don't get that job that you were just, you know, hell-bent on getting, or if you didn't get that way out that, you know, you just knew was a way out, it's a protection measure. And you know, who are you to say, oh yeah, I believe, I believe and I receive, and then the second something looks a little shaky, the second something looks like maybe you've taken a spiritual warfare hit, right? Then you just give up, SOS, I'm done, and I no longer believe. That's, you're building off of a faulty foundation if that's you. Mentally, emotionally, and dare I say spiritually. So you gotta watch this stuff, you guys. Can't be all yes, no. No, yes. Yes, no. Could you imagine having a fucking conversation? I know what it's like. I have questions as to why I know what this is like, but anyhow, I'll just... Do you ever have a conversation with somebody and it's like, yeah, and your answer is, and they're like, yes, no. Or they're like, yes, and then what their action, you know, on the other side of the word, it's like, no, they said yes and meant no, or vice versa. You know, how many times does that have to happen before it's frustrating? Don't do that with divine forces. I'm not here saying the divine forces are going to be so frustrated with you that they're not going to know you anymore. I'm just saying, wouldn't you be fucking around with your own goodies at that point, right? Like, this is like how, I don't know why this is coming through right now, but it's like when Prince goes, you know, basically something to the extent of, you know, I can't be played. If you're going to play me, you're playing yourself. Right? Same deal with the divine. How you gonna play on the divine? How you gonna speak ill on divinity and not play yourself? So you gotta watch what you're talking about yourselves, because you connect back to divinity. All right, all right. You gotta watch how you talk about other people. You know, whether they've wronged you or whether they, you know, you don't know what all aspects and who all that person or energy or entity is connected to. So it's best just to mind your own business, right? And be grateful for, you know, where you're going. You're not where you're going, and that's okay. But the idea of gratitude coming after you get there is not part of the templated experience. Okay, we were expected to walk by faith and not by sight. You know, regardless of whether or not you want to connect that to someone apparently named Jesus or Yeshua himself or not, okay, or Buddha, some might say, or you know, there are many other religious deities out there that could be mentioned, okay. But on top of it, if the 8 of Pentacles move into the 10 wasn't grand enough for you, here goes Spirit with an ace. You want to give up that? You don't want this? You just want to be all assed out for forever? Is this, you like this? And you gotta ask, do you like this? Because some of us, you know, we've been through so much shit that we started to like it. You know, Harley Quinn comes to mind. It's like, oh, pudding. You know, it's like, yeah, you're vibing and having a great time, but at the same time, it's giving insanity, right? It happens when you have been taught as a child, perhaps, those that have narcissistic parents, right? To love and project love with a consistent measure in an authentic manner, um, towards someone who does not love you, towards someone who does not mean you well, towards someone who is not protective of you, towards someone who is abusive of you. And then years and decades later, okay, you're still climbing out of some of that templating, and that's why I mention it. I'm not here to word curse anyone, but some of us really have been through the ringer. And you got to ask yourselves, okay, is this, maybe you've been making great strides, and you might say it that way. Like, I've really worked hard on myself not to be in the same toxic patterns, toxic cycles, especially with my lovers and things like that, right? And yet at the same time, you might still be, if you're being honest with yourselves, climbing out of some of those same fucking toxic cycles and the root causes for them. All right. That's why I ask you to ask yourself, do you like, I'm not bullying you. I'm asking you to ask yourself, do you like that? Do you like to be in heartbroken energy because it gives you something to talk about? Does it allow for you to have an excuse to feel? Because you could just instead talk about other things and, maybe do other things that you've yet to do before, right? And next thing you know, you're feeling something different and you can feel that. There's a way out of this, right? Don't have to stay stuck in it. And then when you realize, okay, because divine is, very grace-filled towards us, okay, with this, freaking hand of divinity coming out of the sky, right? It's not even you down on the ground toiling and laboring, right, with looking for Boaz or anybody, right? You're just, I don't know why all the religious references, but you're just, going to receive as long as you believe, right? You gotta believe to receive. Oh, we've heard that before, I'm pretty sure, right? They keep going. You don't want to miss out on that. The Eight of Pentacles is giving stability. You know how many people get jealous of you just being at the eight? Like, what do you mean your rent's paid? What do you mean your belly's fed? What do you mean your children have shoes that are the appropriate size? What do you mean you don't have holes in your socks? And then moving to the 10, well, damn, some of you got a house. Your name's on the deed. You're not even renting it, right? Kind of thing, okay? That ain't good enough. Go ahead. Okay. Divine's all like, I got you, right? With a big, ginormous ace of what? Pentacles? And at that point, on the other side of the 10, you're happy, not just stable, too. It's giving a win, 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 win. And it's giving none of the broke, busted, and disgustedness. Just saying, okay? It's giving you justice. You want this. You deserve it. That's why the divine is having you listen to this message right now to receive it. Okay? You can. It's giving, come on and get happy. Right? Yay, everybody's happy here. Here's another ace of literal happiness. Right? I say that happiness back here about the pentacles because there's a level of emotional satiety at your understanding, maybe I want to say newfound understanding of your self-value, okay? And that's when you get to the timeline where other people around you are actually, like, supporting you. They are not putting holes in your boat, so to speak. They are not pecking at you and bullying you to your face and behind your back, okay? This is giving good vibes, the good life. All right, it's giving destiny. You want all of this, okay? You don't, hello. Okay, it can't make it any plainer, okay? So please don't give up. And as long as you don't, whatever creative new beginning you've been looking for comes in. All right, whatever creative business you've been looking to get off the ground. All right, it gets off the ground and it's foundationally set once it is. It could be a household name. Your brand could be, well known, all right, but it's not going to be if you give up. All right, okay. Let's see what Parvati is talking about here. Did we read that? No, we did not. Okay. And before I forget, this is Parvati, right? And this was the bookmark coming from oh, what is that? Alitas? Wisdom. All right, so we've got devotion and coming out from Parvati and wisdom. Empowerment message. Oh my goodness. Bear with me, collective. True commitment comes from wholehearted living in body, mind, and spirit. When the Hindu goddess Parvati rises up to greet you, she's acknowledging you for your sincere devotion to personal growth. With the world in so much turmoil, it's not easy to devote yourself to higher knowledge and a strong faith. But if you are to serve others by being a bearer of love, compassion, and light, you must recommit yourself every day, as unwavering in your devotion as Parvati was to Shiva and her goal of bringing peace to the world. Parvati asks that you find silence in daily meditation to contemplate your devotion, as well as your commitment to all of life and to making this world a better place. The great goddess is present when you renew your devotion and make that relationship primary above all else. Then, in all areas of your life, your every choice will be in alignment and in service to this truth. When the goddess Parvati comes to visit, it is a beautiful sign that you are on the right track. In the card's alignment message, the goddess Parvati comes now to offer her help because blind faith in others isn't serving you, and devotion to something undeserving may be showing up in your life. Ask yourself why you are so committed to someone or something you know deep down will fail you. And see, you gotta ask, okay, because it could be connecting back to that Three of Swords energy and the reference made there through the channeling. Are you looking for that hit? All right, and by hit I mean of grief, sorrow, betrayal, so that you can feel something quote unquote normal for your current version of your central nervous system, perhaps, or your emotional body. Two totally different references there. And you've got to be honest, because some of you need to assist yourselves, like starting right now with some retraining. Okay, grounding is one thing, but really at this point you're going to need retraining at the mental and subconscious mental levels. All right, and it's not, there's no way, I mean, let me know, but there's no way it's just like a one and done. Okay, definitely not without divine assistance. Are you afraid of seeing things as they are? What if you let go and allow a higher force to guide you to the right people, places, and things that are in your highest good? Like we just saw with that Three of Cups energy. It's a thing for you, okay? You got to align to it. Can you remember when the devotion to this ultimate spiritual partnership was reciprocated? Consider what happens when you place your attention only on money, status, ambition, and power. The world becomes narrow, and you lose your connection to a higher existence and your greater good. The goddess Parvati offers this alignment task. Get your spiritual life in order. Make prayer and meditation part of your daily routine. Act as if you believe that what is for you won't go past you, and that what must proceed will do so without your interference. You're not going to mess up your destiny, okay? Unless you really intend to, by telling yourself, no, I refuse to accept it. Okay? You will be amazed at how everything falls into place, collective. The goddess Parvati reminds you that you are so loved and cherished. Okay? A few things with this, it's so funny. I started out the channeling before we even got into the piles. Like, take your shit seriously. Don't half-ass your spiritual aspect to this thing called life, because this thing called life is highly spiritual, right? It seems like Parvati's coming through with that type of shared sentiment, and or, knowing me, I was just channeling the whole time and just playing catch up myself about that. So anyways, make prayer and meditation part of your daily routine. It's going to assist with grounding. It's going to assist with you kind of riding out the eye of that storm more confidently. Okay. And don't allow anyone else outside of you to have a better connection to source, spirit, God, goddess, the universe, the divine before you. Okay, and that's why I tell you guys all the time, study to show yourselves approved. If you hear me say something and you feel like it resonates and it's regarding your next steps, you better be the one, before you step anything out, to pray and meditate. Was that for me? Should I do, felt like it was for me? Can you give me clarity, right? I'm not even here saying book a reading. Actually, you guys, readings are closed, so don't Nobody was looking anyways, I get it, but just in case, okay? Readings are closed. I do need to make a statement about that, so. Better timelines up ahead, I'm sure. Anywho, um, but you know, you can't place your attention only on money, status, ambition, and power, you guys. And I feel like when you know, there's a twin flame reference again, which actually came on and the time was 11:11. You know, you can't focus on that and then still have everything else. If when you focus on money and da 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 da, it's outside of balance, right? I'm not here to say that oh, divine, you know, shouldn't have money and shouldn't have I'm not saying that. But if you identify so hardly or so harshly or wholeheartedly with anyone aside from the all, right? The source, okay, the creator, um, yeah, that's a risky move because you're not hitting the mark, okay? Um, you're not, and that's why also you'll hear me say like love's not everything, just like money's not everything. You need a real balanced out balancing act with that because otherwise you're going to find two people or perhaps more for those polyamorous out there, okay, really disgruntled over one or the other eventually. Just saying, right? One person in a connection's like, well, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna make all the money, I'm never gonna be home. Okay, that's a happy time. Oh, honey, remember that vacation in Cabo that you were just so gracious to allow for me to experience? Yes, how was it? You know, it's like, what? No, we should have went together or not at all, perhaps, right? Okay, you would have to have whatever you're going to have, and don't restrict yourselves necessarily, but have it in balance. Does that make sense? If I sat here and I said, you know, oh, water's great for you, which depending on your body and your needs and the water, just go with this generic example, right? And I drank gallon after gallon. I said, guys, it's a live stream. I'm going to drink 16 gallons of water. I would not be okay. And it's not for not having to pee. I would be in some form of toxic experience physically at that point. On the strength of what? Water. Outside of balance. Keywords. Outside of balance. All right? I'm not sitting here saying, yeah, drink a gallon, you're going to be drunk. I'm saying, all right, even something as good as water, right? I love water. I love to be in it. I love to see it. I love to meditate with it. I enjoy drinking it often. Yeah, it's pretty to me and everything, right? But if it's outside of balance, it can be very harmful, right? Rushing water comes to mind. You know, it can be very harmful. So, you know, watch what you're doing, and you gotta be honest. Is what all ever you're doing, it doesn't have to be drugs and alcohol. I'm just saying, whatever you're doing, watch how you're thinking. Are you thinking well? Oh, okay, good. You're thinking well. Good on you. Are you overthinking? Because when you go to sleep at night, your brain's not shut. Right. You know, you might be having a bunch of good thoughts, but then when you're a little bit more honest about what the thoughts are and you break it down and you slow things down to give yourselves time and opportunity to be authentic with self, all right, then you might find out I actually need to calm down my freaking mental space. You know, it's like, no, I thought I was thinking good thoughts because I didn't identify the toxicity. But then when you said to take it a step further and see, like, am I getting to sleep at night without thinking so much? I might be overthinking the good thoughts. Okay, right? Haven't you ever, speaking of vacation, here we are again. You know, it's like the night before vacation, like, oh my gosh, can't ready to go to the beach. Get ready to go to the beach. I'm going to take my boat. I'm going to take my toothbrush. I'm going to take my snorkel. I'm going to take my swimsuit. You know, and it's like, okay, they're already packed though. Like, just lay it down and go to sleep. Otherwise, you're not going to have energy to lug that shit around to the beach. Especially after that 9 hour drive, right? Like, okay, so set yourselves up to be built up and not broken down. okay? Because too many people will try to do just that for you, and you don't need to be part of their team. Okay. I just meant personal readings are closed. We're going to do the final call for the free yes no, you guys, but please follow along the rules for the live stream. Okay. Well, that's what I have for you guys for pile number 2. All right. Pretty short and simple here from one pile to the next. So if anyone does have the eligibility to ask me for a free yes no tarot message on this live stream, they may do so now. If this is where I leave you, have a phenomenal day or night. And I really appreciate you guys hopping on and hanging out with your girl. I hope you got something out of it. And thank you so much for the love. I do see the support on the numbers for this particular live stream. And I'm just very grateful. Thank you guys for your participation as well. And thank you, Spoonie, our moderator. Did a bang-up job. All right. I really appreciate you all. And I think we're good on the questions. Let me see. Make sure I didn't. Love and Light Knox. Okay, you guys, I think we all should take a moment and just revamp for our wonderful new tomorrows. All right. I love you guys so much. Stay amazing. Don't you dare give up. Love and light.